Mbbs 4 attempts not good enough. Supreme Court dismisses challenge to NMC regulation capping number of attempts for first year examination. Hello medical students, welcome to my YouTube channel. Here is an update from the Supreme Court of India regarding the number of attempts to clear the first Mbbs subjects like anatomy, physiology and biochemistry. Last November 2022, a batch of Mbbs students from Haryana state approached the Delhi High Court challenging the regulations that was notified in the Government Gazette during November 2019. This is an amended regulation for the Graduate Medical Education Regulation. These students belongs to 2019-20 batch and they have exhausted all the 4 attempts within 3 years from the date of their joining in this course. When they approached the university for a further sitting, the university refused to issue the hall ticket, saying that they have already exhausted all the 4 attempts and therefore they will not be allowed to take up the examination after 4 as per the NMC regulation. Aggrieved by the decision of the university, these students approached the Delhi High Court. The council argued that these students joined in June 2019, but the amended regulation is notified in the Gazette only in November 2019. Therefore, this regulation will not be retrospectively implemented to these students and therefore they should be allowed further to take up the examination. The Delhi High Court, after hearing this case, dismissed the writ petition and it will not accept the contents of the arguments. After the writ petition failed and dismissed by the Delhi High Court, these students filed a special leave petition before the Supreme Court of India. The Supreme Court of India 2 days back heard the arguments and upheld the regulation of the NMC capping only 4 attempts to clear the Mbbs subject. This is the gist of the case. I will provide the information in this video and also the link of this judgment copy. Mbbs 4 attempts not good enough. Supreme Court dismisses challenge to NMC regulation capping number of attempts to first year exam. The Supreme Court on Friday, that is 10th February, dismissed a bunch of petitions challenging the regulation introduced by the NMC in 2019, which limited the number of attempts to clear the first year examination as 4. Before the introduction of this regulation, there was no limit. A bench comprising of Chief Justice heard the matter. 4 attempts are not good enough. CJI asked the petitioner's counsel. The counsel replied that the challenge was only to the retrospective application of the regulations which were brought in November 19 to the batch which commenced from June 19. There is no law point in this, CJI stated. The council argued that the regulations are contrary to the Section 19A of the Indian Medical Council Act. He pointed out that earlier regulations allowed unlimited attempts. Therefore, its application to 1920 batch was challenged. The council also cited the disruptions in classes during the pandemic period to seek indulgence of the court. Senior advocate appearing for another petitioner submitted that the regulation was notified on 6/11/19, but it was applied for students who had joined in June 19. You still get 4 attempts, CJI told. The council highlighted that the intervention of COVID makes the petitioner's case for indulgence stronger. He pointed out that the Kerala High Court has passed an interim order protecting students of 1920 batch. That is absolutely misplaced sympathy, CJA observed. We will not interfere. There is no law point at all, nothing. We will not entertain. We are only cutting corners for education. These are doctors. 4 times you failed and then you want to appear again. Do your work instead of doing all of this. Coming to courts for all this. Nowhere in the world would this be permitted. What kind of doctors are we going to produce? In November 22, the Delhi High Court had dismissed a batch of petitions challenging this regulation. In 19, the regulations on GME amended 19 was passed to amend the regulations, which read as follows. No more than 4 attempts shall be allowed for a candidate to pass the first professional examination. The total period for successful completion of first professional course shall not exceed 4 years. Partial attendance of examination in any subject shall be counted as an attempt. This is the amended regulatory provisions. This is the court order delivered by the Supreme Court of India. This is the extract of the judgment. We are not inclined to entertain the special leave petitions and the writ petition under Article 136 and Article 32 of the Constitution of India. The special leave petitions and the writ petitions are accordingly dismissed, pending application if any stands disposed of. This is the court order. Thanks for watching. For updates, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.